Hi everyone, welcome to another Endgame Study. I got this one from Mark Dvoretsky's puzzle database, which usually means that, well, usually it means it's a little harder than the majority of puzzles I show to you guys. Because there've been a lot of tough puzzles in this database. So, as always, you should pause your video at the start, and then when you're done, unpause it, and we'll try to solve it together. Solve it with me. Alright, so what the heck is going on here? I mean, first thing you realize is this move, rook h3, it forces queen c1, because if queen d2, rook h2. And then the question is, can we do anything special from here? Not so sure, because rook f8, well, king g2 is playable, and that's kind of annoying. So then you start to look at rook f8 immediately. And then if king g2, somehow this looks risky. I think we just win after rook h3 here. So after rook f8, there's only one move in my opinion. If king e1, this move should win. Because queen c1, rook h1, queen d2, rook h1, followed by rook h2. Therefore, after rook check, the only move is king to e2. And now we just have to determine whether this helps us or not. I mean, I have an idea, but no, it doesn't work. Hold your horses, folks. So queen h5 is coming. Um, hmm. I mean, the main point now is if rook h3, queen c1. And if rook e8, king probably f2. So we just have to find some good move in this position. Let's start from the beginning. How are we going to trap this queen? It's going to happen somehow, but how? I don't know. Again, these puzzles are harder than the usual ones I show you. I still think rook f8's the move. Just feels right to me. Rook f8, king e2, rook h3, king queen c1. Now is there a move? It's hard to say. Rook h2, you can just play king to somewhere, d3. Oh boy. Rook c2, though, is interesting. Let me show you why. Well, interesting is a strong word. Because he can go king to g1. This is the problem. I don't see any way to make much progress here. Rook f8, only move king e2. Now let's take one more look at this. Rook h3, queen c1. What if rook e8? This is certainly a possibility. I believe the only move would be king to, hold on, wait a second. Well, this loses to, oh, it doesn't lose. It almost loses. Well, now we have rook e2, rook e1 check. If take, we check and take the queen, and then queen with our pawn, and with our a pawn. He does have the move king to g1. Sorry, king to g2. And we have to decide whether can we actually win here. Hard to say. It's hard to say. Feels like it should be possible, but it's not. I can't really find it so easily. So I'm not sure. It's annoying though, because that's a nice move. Just can't make it work. Just need to try a little bit harder. Rook f8, king g. I mean, it's so annoying that this doesn't. I can't find a win here. I just see this move, and I'm still running out of ideas, unfortunately. Let's try this one more time. Well, I like this idea. I mean, it forces the king to a new, like if king here, rook check. So it's not check, but I mean, it attacks the queen. Oh, is it the same problem though? Because what were we just looking at? We were looking at king f2, right? And then queen c1. Man, again, I'm not able to find the way forward here. Oh boy. Just don't know how to do it. I don't want to give up though. I know the time's ticking. I mean, the clock's been ticking for a while, and I'm still thinking. So usually I like to give up some point around now. But I feel like it's so close. Rook check, king e2. Rook check. What was it? King f1. I mean, everything looked like a problem to me. Or maybe now rook e1. Yeah, f take, rook h3. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. So if king d2, this just wins the queen immediately. King d1, this we can play this again, and then rook h2 h3, or if takes rook h3 again. So therefore, the only move after here is king to f2, right? And now I just have to find crushing blow. It's got to be there, man, because we're so close. Rook c2, then king f1. I mean, this almost wins because here rook e1. If king f1, so close, man. So close to death. I don't see it. One moment. One moment. Come on, man. Let's find it. Let's find this, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Just how much closer can you be? Did I look at rook f3 already? Give me a minute. Alright, I'm gonna look at it on the board because it's hard to say the moves out loud when you're watching. I would do it in my head normally, you realize, but it's much harder for people to follow a video that way. So my deepest apologies. Honestly, for me though, it's not. It's sometimes easier because you can just quickly go back and forth in your head with your thoughts. Like it's not hard for me to envision this position a few moves ahead of time. So I mean, in some ways, this moving pieces around might make it even harder. I mean, I may be exaggerating, but it might not be also. uh, so what was I saying here? Well, rook e1 looks almost winning. Not quite. Lord, man, it's killing me. Rook g3. Well, here at least we know this. What rook e1 wins, right? We looked at this already. This idea. Then rook h3. If king f2, let's look at the easy moves first. If this, just rook h3. If this, check and rook h3. Therefore, the only move is king f2, and now we just have to find the final blow. Why does it have to be so complicated? It must be not too hard, because we're just like right there, you know? Help. What was my last move? Oh, rook f3. Okay, so I played this. Now, if rook f8, king e1, rook g3, I feel like it should, rook h3 should win there somehow. It does. Because of queen d2, rook h1. So this is the only move. What a nightmare this puzzle is. And now, absolutely. Wait, did we just transpose to the first position? Oh no, but my rook's on g3, so there's a little difference here. I'm having trouble making it matter. Well, let's look at rook g2. Rook g2 might do it somehow. It doesn't though. I hate this puzzle. I hate it with a fury. I hate it with furious passion. I don't want to give up because I feel like I'm so close. But I really hate this puzzle. I just hate that there's always just one move. I give up. All right, I'm gonna play through a few moves and guessing. So rook f8 is the correct first move. And then what did I do? Rook e8? Oh, wow. They played king to d1. So I played this, and now they don't even go back to f2. They went king d1, which makes my life a lot easier, because I think rook e1 just wins, right? Why didn't they try the other move? I must have missed something obvious. It says I'm correct. But what did I miss? Why doesn't it even calculate? It's funny, after... It doesn't even calculate king back to f2. I must have missed something really obvious. Let's see what Houdini says. Well, I mean, I got the right answer. All right, so it says a few ways to win. This, rook g3. I was worried about king f2. This is rook h3, queen c1, rook h2, king g1, and it says this wins. All right, I see why. So basically, there's going to be some checkmate in the back rank, and after this, you know, like whatever, it's mate. So this is like a less pretty variation, and for some reason it tangled me up. But the main line is the variation I saw much quicker, and that one just wins for white. The move rook to e1. So sorry, this took forever. It's a tough puzzle, because it's just this weird line that wasn't. I don't know why they barely go over it in the solution here. But anyway, basically white does win in that position. It's just a little complicated. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.